Hello, welcome to CR Wrestling Commentary. We're your host, Cedric and Cedra, and we'll be covering NWA Power, actually NWA Empowerrr, and it's they're all women's event, and just Zimmo times two requested a while ago that we cover NWA 73. I think that's the name of it.
Yeah, and
honestly, we forgot all about this. And we've just been foggy brain, so we got some catching up to do. I listened to AEW and then I watched probably my last Rampage, maybe. If I'm gonna give time to shitty wrestling, I'm damn sure gonna make time for good wrestling.
Damn right.
So, we're gonna get to 73. We're gonna do this. So let's just kind of, I guess we'll just gloss over the matches in a sense, until it gets, because you can't have your awesome matches first. So, triple threat match: Kylie Rae, Chic Tormenta, and Diamante. Okay,
this is a Battle of the Brands match. So it's NWA versus, I think it's AAA versus AEW.
And Diamante for AEW, never seen her up there.
Never seen her up there.
Never. Maybe she's, as Cedra said earlier, that she's, probably on Dark or something like that. AEW Dark is where they keep like their premier garbage wrestlers. It seems like the ones that's really never going to perform well. That's what it seems like. Keep them in the dark.
I hope she's not up there. I think she did good.
She did very good. This match, it was a good match. No matter how you see it, it was a good match.
It was a good match. It was a solid match, and I didn't see very many errors.
And they did something that most triple threat matches they don't do. They did something different. They kept the wrestlers in the ring.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta eject them
was out at points, but
but for primarily Chick Tormenta, I don't think she's a luchadora by any means. She didn't show me anything, and just to be honest with you, if you're gonna travel from Mexico all the way up, to here, and just barely, you go like way below half-assing it. I don't know, something ain't right with that. Kylie Rae, as Cedra was saying, that's a sneaky something.
Yeah, she's been, her home is NWA right now, and she's sneaky. She get a little attitudinal, and she started doing that heel stuff.
Yep.
She didn't pull that out in this match though.
Diamante was the heel. She was that, she walked to the ring, fans like, hey man, give me a high five. And she just walked on past. Mm-hmm. And then she got up on the top rope at one point, and gave everyone the middle finger and stuff. She's like, look, I'm letting you know I'm bad.
One in Chick Tormenta, it says she was born in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. And we don't know what her real name is because it's not a matter of public record, as is the case for mass wrestlers.
Yep.
So if she's white, she's deep down undercover.
Deep down. So okay, cool. I'm 50-50. Look, some people might say, look, Wiki said it, but it should be true. And I'm like, no. There are parts in the past when I went back and I was editing Wiki pages, and I changed the name from Sharpshooter to Scorpion Deathlock, because that was the name, or Scorpion Hold, and then somebody went back and changed it. And I made sure all the links worked and stuff like that. So yeah, like, what is the Sharpshooter? That's what is popularized. We're not smart. We call it the Sharpshooter all the time. In the Complete Shot, we call that the Downward Spiral because it was made popular in WWE. Y'all weak-minded. Anyway.
And one more thing about Chick Tormenta. I mean, it kind of looks like, based on the way it's set up on Wiki, that this might have been added at the last minute. It's an opening match, and there's no point in, cutting your heart out and leaving it in the ring for the opening match. Not saying you're not going to do your best, but
you should do,
perform well, which is what they did.
Yeah, do your basics, put in a few, 2 or 3 spots, and move on. I saw none of that from her. Diamante showed her cleverness.
Yeah, she was very clever with trying to pin them.
She had a great moment. See, this is what you call a good spot, everybody. When Kylie and Chick was, like in the backslide position. Diamante kicked the legs from Kylie. They both dropped down, and Diamante rolled them both over onto the top of their shoulders, trying to pin them while their arms were locked.
And then they both kicked out at the same time.
Yep, and got a hold of the rope. So that was clever.
Mm-hmm.
That was clever. Kylie Rae was working.
Yeah, she was the workhorse of the match.
She was probably calling this match. Probably, I don't know, but she was working. But at the end, Diamante, she's the one that got the win. And it was good.
It was good. I like to see her in more matches.
Yep.
I like her look, and I like her music. She performed well. She showed how clever she was. She showed that she wasn't green.
Yeah. This chick, Tormenta, the Torment trying to see if she's going to do something. But other than that, she was, I would say, match filler. She was a bridge. She filled the gaps.
But she wasn't dangerous.
She won.
So she did her job.
She wasn't Nia Jax. She was far from it. Just saying, I wish she had did something.
And she was working the gimmick of the match too. I'm gonna try and pin you. Oh, that didn't work. I'm gonna try and pin you.
You know what? Her spot was the superplex.
Yeah.
And she power bombed. Diamante, who suplexed Ray.
Mm-hmm.
And she,
stacked her up, tried to get the pin.
Yep. And that failed. So she immediately crawled over and tried to pin Ray, who kicked out. So that was her spot, and that was good. So I like it. Diamante also, what she do? She threw a chain in the ring?
She threw a chain in the ring as a distraction.
While Chick Tormenta had to edit crossface.
Yeah, she was in the crossface.
She was in it.
Ray had her in it.
And Kylie Rae is really good, really sound. I enjoy seeing. She's flexible and flippy, but not flippy floppy. There's a difference. So it was a good opening match, So I think we can move on.
Get on to the next match.
All right. Our next match, tag team tournament match for NWA World Women Tag Team Championship, which is a way to say it anyway. Hell on Heels, which comprises of Renee Michelle and Sahara 7 versus The Hex, which comprises of Allison Kay and Marty Bell, as you can see if you're looking at the graphics on the screen. So because of the pandemic, a whole lot got derailed. Because Allison Kay and Marty Bell were friends when NWA started up again. Well, not started up again, but got national attention once again. Never went away. And Allison was like, you're not ready, you're not good enough, yada yada. Marty's all upset, and then AEW shows up, and then Allison is on there. She comes back. Marty's on AEW, she comes back, and then they still mad, they still beefing, but then they stop, and then now they've been tag teaming for a while. So the pandemic screwed up a lot of storyline, but definitely screwed up, for someone like me that can remember, hey, I remember y'all beefing, because it was intense, and it was more or less, very passionate. So I guess it's just a reset, as Cedra said earlier. It's a reset, and they've been tagging for a while, and you can see it.
Yeah, it shows.
Hell on Heels, new team.
Mm-hmm. I don't like they've been tagging for very long at all.
That's what she says, and that's damn possible. My thought was they did tag team for a while, and then stopped for much longer, and then, would you like to do this? Yeah. And then they show up, and this is probably their first tag match in maybe a year or two. Something like that. Or because you could tell that they worked together. But when it comes to this match, their double team moves were sloppy. I'm just going to be straight up. It was sloppy.
Yeah, it was.
That's Hell on Heels. So the Hex, their tag team moves
are spot on.
Yeah, they knew. It's not that they knew what it was doing, but you could tell they've been in complete practice for a while. And just to let y'all know, for anyone that's confused about tag team wrestling is not about or all about double team moves. You don't have to do any double team moves to have a tag team match. Don't need them. Don't. You know, tag in and out. The gimmick of the match is to tag, to make the tag important. Tagging frequently, or someone get beat on and they get, the hot tag, yada yada yada. There's so many things you can do.
The Hex was working
like crazy.
The gimmick of the match. They were tagging very well.
Yes. Now they did some good double team moves, but I'm really watching Hell on Heels. I want to see what they can do. Besides Sahara 7 looking absolutely voluptuous. But
these women were very hard hitting. For me,
what
they made up for in being discombobulated and bouncing off each other a little bit was made up for by how hard hitting and impactful their moves were. I don't like the women's wrestling when they're flopping all about the ring with hair flying. With the little, taps supposed to be hit.
And the pushing forearms.
I know. I want to see you knock a bitch on her ass, and that's what they were doing.
Marty got hit in the corner, open parts of the match. I was like, she might be done for the rest of she got nailed. She got that forearm connected, and Marty was like, well, all I need is a pillow and a blanket.
And later on, she was toe-to-toe with Sahara 7. Sahara 7 hit her in the gut. She was like, she doubled over. I was like, damn it, and started fighting back.
Yeah. She started actually, it wasn't a shoot. No. But like, I got to lay this into you.
Yeah.
And they talked about how Sahara 7 had been in Japan and other places. And if you're working in a hard-nosed Joshi promotion, then
you got to know how to bring it.
And you might have that mistaken point of I just hit you too hard, Juice Robinson and Christopher Daniels. When Juice does his little, kind of a Roddy Piper punch or Dusty Rhodes punch and kind of going in the circle, and he nailed him. And Christopher was like kind of rock, nailed him again. Nailed him, and Christopher Lee, he kind of stumbled away, said, Jesus. What the hell? Juice Robinson had to grab him, pull him back. It was, kind of like that apology. And then when he threw another punch, it was not as hard.
But Juice realized that
I'm dealing with someone I ain't got to beat on him.
It's not Tenzan or Goto you hitting in the head.
Or Ishii.
It's a regular person.
He hit him pap. Jesus. I was like, oh shit. They just couldn't cover that word up. That was funny.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got those level of hits in this match, and it was good. The match could have been better, but I'm gonna say this for Hell on Heels. I want to see them more. I would say that it might be tag team rust. It could be that they have not teamed together before,
and they just said, this is an opportunity to go for belts. We'll just do it.
Yeah, we got a chance to be national on TV, well, on pay-per-view, NWA, a credible organization, and take the opportunity, show what you can do. So there could be nervousness or rust or just they've never tagged up before. It could be a combination. Who knows? I don't know. But their performance was tag team wise lackluster, and here's the problem. They tried to fight out of it. They did. Sahara 7 really tried to fight out, but sometimes once you start messing up, you can't stop because you're so worried about what you just did, or you're really overthinking about what you're going to do that you just throw off your own timing, and that's what it looked like what was happening.
Yeah, right at the end, Sahara 7, she got a move I don't know which one it was. It might have been Marty, and then she grabbed Renee Michelle, who was legal, and just kind of dumped on her, like pin her.
Yep. It was on Allison, and Marty knocked her off. You know, they're gonna have to wrestle again tonight. And
Allison and Marty, yeah.
Yep. But when Marty got the hot tag to Allison, Allison performed differently than what I'm used to. She was in there as a speedball, and she was hit, go to one place, go to the other. She was all over the place, and ultimately they wrapped it up. It wasn't a hot tag, and we go another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
No, it was a hot tag. It's on fire. The crowd comes up. You get the finish, done. And that's what they did. You know, so the Hex won, and I'm hoping that there's no schizophrenic booking and all of a sudden we won the titles or something and yay, now I hate you, you know, because you think you're cute. It's like, what? Y'all been champions for what? You know, 125 hours and now y'all beefing. Okay.
Hopefully it's not like that. I think the only drawback of this show is that the ring is too small.
That ring is small.
That ring is small.
It's small, and they can't dash like they want to. You can see that in the opening match with Kylie Ray.
Yeah.
Now she was stutter stepping probably 5 or 6 steps at once, but almost cartoon running, you know. But I thought this match was good nonetheless. I thought it was a good match.
I enjoyed it.
And I'd like to see Hell on Heels, you know, work together more and, you know, frequent NWA. I would like to see that. I think they got promise. But it's, you know, it's up to them and stuff.
Hopefully they will.
Hopefully. So we're going to get to the next. This could be a tag team match for the NWA Women's Tag Team Tournament. And one side from AEW and the other will be SWE and maybe some other stuff. I don't know, but we get to see a second generation wrestler. Actually, third. She'd be a third generation wrestler. All right, then. All right, so the Free Babes. This is the next tag match. The Free Babes. I thought it was just one second generation. Well, actually, third. Is all of them are another generation. Is Jazzy Yang, Hollywood, Haley J, and Miranda Gordy.
It's Hollywood.
Oh, Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
It was a W when I looked up.
When I looked her up, it was.
You sure?
Give me a second.
See, you got okay, because I'm recording and I am prepared to correct this because it's Hollywood on the screen right now for everybody.
Hollywood Haley J on Instagram.
So Holly HOOD, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so Hollywood. See, I changed it, everybody. I changed it.
OVW Wrestling, yeah.
Okay, so wow. So what is it? Jazzy Yang. She's the daughter of Jimmy Yang Wang.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy Wang Yang.
Jimmy Wang Yang. Okay.
Yeah.
Hollywood, Haley J, HHJ. She's the daughter of what?
Amazing Maria.
And she's Canadian wrestler.
Yeah.
Miranda Gordy is the daughter of Terry Bam Bam Gordy. And I think he is a second generation wrestler. Yeah. So that makes her a third generation. So you got them and they're representing, supposedly NWA, but I was used to seeing Miranda Gordy in SWE. And they're going against AEW's Red Velvet and Kylan King. And it looked like Killing King. You know, which would have been all right too. Killing King, you know, go around killing kings, okay?
Okay.
Your last name is King, you better watch the fuck out. So, oh my goodness. Okay. So I'm going to say this. Red Velvet did better. She did better here, although she didn't do much to get her ass whooped.
Yeah, she's out of her element.
Yeah.
This is a situation, you know, she's too small.
She's small. She's fast. Not very impactful. But not really a worker either.
And she's not a finisher. She's the one to get her ass kicked.
She doesn't know how to sell. Every match so far, the loser and or winner, depending upon what has happened, they sell the area that's hurt. Red Velvet still can't do that. She can't. Her leg got jacked up at one point
and bitten.
And then when the match is over, you know, she goes from a quick hobble to it's all good. You know, Kylan King, she did great.
Oh yeah, she's a little bit of a powerhouse.
Yeah. Now, Jazzy Yang, this is her NWA debut.
But she did a good job.
Yep, she was in the ring with Miranda Gordy. So they're doing the trio thing. So you don't know who's gonna wrestle at any point. That was the Freebirds thing, Freebird rules. That's what they made up on the spot, you know, and they went with it. And everyone else tries to do it. They try to mimic it and all kinds of stuff, but no. They don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do it. It's a time, it's a place, it's a moment, and you have to do it when it makes sense. Not, well, we just changed up today because we can. It's timing. So Holly Hood, she stayed outside. She was the support. And she had a spot where Red Velvet was Irish whipped and Holly Hood just threw her black mink coat all up in the face. It was like a creature attacked Red Velvet. And Red Velvet, she was like, what the hell? You could see in her actions that she was stunned. It looked legit. And she threw it down like, what the fuck was that? So that I was like, that was funny as hell. It was real funny. Jazzy Yang, though, she's good. She's polished. Mm-hmm. She knows what she's doing, and she doesn't do more than she has to.
She's
Miranda,
a baddie.
huh?
She's a baddie.
Yep. Miranda Gordy, she's beyond polished. She just knows what to do. Mm-hmm. Her and Kylan King hooked up in the beginning, and hey, they fought back and forth, and they showed each other's power. They was kicking the shit out of each other. Mm-hmm. They did good. Miranda got her dad's face and body. It's like Charlotte and Rick. All right, that's
Flair.
just crazy.
Charlotte and Ric Flair, in case you don't know.
Yeah, in case you don't know. So, and Jazzy Yang, she got her mom's everything. There's nothing of her dad on that. Nothing. Yeah, and I remember how he looked. And she came to the ring with part of a gimmick that he used to use in WCW before they scrapped that and went with something crazy. I think he did a country look. He had a western look.
Yes! Oh, it just hit me in a flash.
Uh-huh. He had
Jimmy Wayne Yang, the
Japanese samurai look, and then the I've got no personality, nothing going on, everything is bland looking look. They did various stuff with him except show off that he could wrestle. Red Velvet, Kylan King, they did good. They did all right. King did the best. She did the work. Mm-hmm. She did the work, and she got the win over Yang with the Crash Thunder Buster. And it was a good one. And so, hey, good job. They won. So now it'll be Red Velvet and Kylan King against the Hex. You know, Allison Kay and Marty Bell. So I was hoping that the Free Babes would win. I'll be honest with you with that. You know, that would have been good. They outperformed. They outworked. Legitimately outworked. They looked good. And working, that means selling, putting the moves in, taking the moves, you know, showing the fans what's going on and why, telling that story in the ring, staying alert, staying in control and stuff. Not in control of the match, but in control of yourself. You know, it takes a lot to work. And that's something that the Free Babes did. Velvet and King didn't. You know, so that it bothers me that the Free Babes didn't win. But, you know, hey, it's not in my control. So
well, maybe it's about, hey, we're doing it for this show, but we're not in it for the long haul, because Miranda Gordy is a staple at SWE, so
and
maybe it's just not congruent for time.
And they probably don't have a direct working relationship with SWE, and SWE seems to be in trouble right now, as it is when it comes to the booking, hiring, and firing, and releasing and hiring, and it's a lot. It's a lot. So they got to get on stable ground, and maybe NWA will work more with them. But right now, I think you're right. Just it's not a stable thing yet, and they're working in another promotion. So I just wish NWA would recognize a lot more titles. If someone's got a title from somewhere else, recognize it. Make them come out with it. Recognize it. That's what I would like. I'm not saying that any of these women have titles, but if they do, recognize it. Your National Wrestling Alliance. Recognize anything national.
Yeah, I see that.
So, and we're still going to do, NWA 73. We're still going to do that. We listened to this, and they said that Ric Flair was going to be in there, so we'll see how it go. So we got more to go, so we'll get to it. Okay, so next is Gail Kim. She comes out. I put everybody on screen just so, I think Gail is spelled right, and then Gail.
Yeah.
Okay. There's quite a few ways to spell Gail, just to let y'all know. So Gail Kim, she's talking, and she gets interrupted by Taryn Terrell, Genocide, and Paula Blaze. Taryn Terrell, she is, I'm going to be honest with you, she's honed her craft. She knows how to be perfectly annoying and being a heel. Okay, so she's good. Don't take nothing away from that.
No.
And she's like, I want you two to get her out the ring. And I'm like, girls gonna have to fight in heels. And then
the music.
Can you name that tune?
Yeah, really.
Boom, boom, boom. That was everybody was like, what? And I was like, it's been so long. I was like, what? And then Kong walks out. I was like, oh crap. My first thought is she finna fuck Gail up. So she comes out. She laid waste to Genocide and Blaze. Does it very well, conventionally one-sided and everything. Gail goes outside the ring like Gail would do and is talking her trash. And Kong is behind her like, sup, babe? Miss whooping your ass.
Yes.
And she, Gail turns around. She's like, "Oh crap!" Kong's like, "Come on in here," and it's like, and she just said, "I don't want to go in there." I really wish. When Gail got in the ring, I was like, "Why is she stooping under the middle rope? Just get in like a wrestler should."
All of them have been doing that. You haven't noticed?
No.
Even during the matches, yeah.
I hate that.
I know.
I really hate that. Get in like a damn wrestler. You're a girl. You have to stoop. Like, you shouldn't spread your legs. Just like it's wrestling. You're going to get hit. You're going to bounce off the mat. Legs are going to go flying. Get in the damn ring. Get in the damn ring. So, at this moment, Kong is tearing up. And she gives, basically, hey, I love you. And Gail is the same. And they hug. And it's all, it's Niagara Falls in the ring. And I'm like, people probably don't understand. When Gail Kim, I can't remember where she was first.
We first saw her in WWE.
That's what I said, I don't know where she was first. But the first time we saw her was WWE. And she hadn't, an awesome ass intro. She looked really cool, but she's also tiny. So she has her matches, yada yada yada. Okay, she goes to TNA. Kong goes to TNA, and her and Kong have a long, drawn out series of battles. Kong made Kim. All right. Kong made her.
Yeah, because Kim got tough. She had to get tough to be able to compete with Kong. And y'all have to understand, Knockout Division in its inception in TNA was different because it wasn't bitches flailing around the ring.
In the WWF at the time, that's all it was. Mud wrestling and bra and panty matches and puppies. A legendary wrestler, Jerry the King Lawler, broken down to talking about women's breasts. That's what WWE was. That was the Attitude Era. That's all it was. Shenanigans and bullshit and hot shotting. And just not even really high spots, just
bullshit all the time. And very little wrestling.
Like literally 2-hour show, 3 matches. That was an average. And so when she goes to TNA, you could see the WWE still about her. The training that they gave her. And Kong was like...
Kong scrubbed that shit the fuck off.
Yes. She's like, I'm from the land of Joshi. And she explained, it's like, she had 2 sprained ankles. And it was like, you still going to work. You're going to get up and you're going to exercise. You're going to do all that on 2 sprained ankles. And Kong's shoot interview, she was like, she worked in Japan and it was... I've seen a few of her matches, stiff, hard-hitting matches. And then she's like, she come here, and it's like, well, this is how it is? I could do this until I'm 80. So
the Knockout Division was something special because, they pushed it. They were proud of it. It wasn't disrespected. The women came out and they wrestled. They wrestled hard. The crowd loved it, and it was like, wrestling against Kong, Gail had to level up, and they had a lot of matches with Kong whooping up on her. I mean, you felt bad for Gail after a while. It was terrible. But they go on to talk about, in the ring here and Empowerrr, about a bond that had been forged. Yeah, because they were doing something that was new, and they were doing it together, and I appreciate this part of it. It was real sweet, and it got me in the feels and weepy.
Yep, you ever see this? This the only time you're gonna see Kong cry on TV.
Yeah,
soak it up because she earned it. Mm-hmm. She and Kim earned it, and Kim needed this too. She's feeling bad about other stuff. We'll get to that probably later, maybe, I don't know, but
this happened before what I told you.
Oh, it's before? Okay,
so
cool.
Before, yeah.
So at least there was some good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, before the bad stuff. But yeah, I was like, is Kong going? She's in wrestling gear, and she's smaller than what she was in TNA. That's for sure.
Really?
Yeah. TNA, she was real big at first. In WWE, she started slimming down because she had to. And she done put a little weight on back from WWE time, but she's smaller than TNA time, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But she still got it.
Oh, yeah.
She still got it. Let's go. Okay, so I'm calming down.
Yeah.
I'm calming down. The next match is for the Impact Knockouts Championship. Melina versus Deonna Purrazzo. And, I'm
this
be
is our
honest.
First time seeing Purrazzo.
Yeah. So Melina come out, okay, and the fans are just like, yay and yes, you. And Melina, she's just breaking down. She's just sobbing, and don't blame her. Mm-hmm. Don't blame her.
And she looks, fit to wrestle. Cause she been seeing her on and off NWA. It's like she had put on some weight, like she hadn't been active, but it's like she
lost that weight.
And
some of it, or tightened up.
Yeah, toned up. She looked good.
Then Deonna Purrazzo come out.
Amazing.
I was like, hey, I glanced. I was like, is that Melina? What the, and they're wearing complimentary outfits.
I loved her entrance attire, the long robe she had on. And she had on, you know, 2 titles, one on each shoulder.
Beautiful.
AAA, Reina de Reina title?
Yes. And, you know, Reina de Reina, that's, you know, Queen of Queens. So, double champion. She makes her way to the ring majestically as she can. She looks good.
Ignoring the fans, so you know what's up.
Yep. And, you know, so the match is starting, and I'm going to tell y'all straight up, I didn't know who was who. For a good portion of the opening part of the match, I didn't know who the fuck was who. I had to look at 2 things: lower garment attire and ass. That's the only way I could tell who was who.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, y'all go ahead, smash that dislike button. But I was like, what the hell? Because both girls are thick and healthy, and I was like, So I was like, I was like, they could be twins. And you agreed, Cedra.
Yeah.
You agreed.
But I can still tell them apart.
Shut up.
I'm better with faces than you are. I ain't walking around comparing asses.
I'm not walking around comparing faces.
You don't identify people by their ass.
Huh?
You don't identify folks by their ass. You don't look at them. Oh, that's Christy. How you doing? No. Carry on.
I used to.
See what I'm working with here, people.
You
see what I got to deal with.
I was really good at it too. I didn't have to know who. Anyway, so look, they get started, and how can I say this? This was a fight.
It was a fight from the beginning.
This was woman on woman beat down 101. All right. You want to learn how to beat on somebody, this is the match to learn. Because I'm going to tell you, when they talk about leaving it in the ring, Melina left it in the ring. Oh my goodness. She got me in the feels. It just, the battle, you know, Melina went up top and Deonna caught her with the hellacious powerbomb. I mean, that's the stiffest powerbomb I have ever seen Melina take, and she rarely takes a powerbomb. Melina can still throw those kicks.
Yes.
She can get down to the split again, you know. And Cedra had mentioned that she might have been having knee problems, you know, before anything happened. And then Deonna started working on the knee. She worked on the arm. She worked on the knee. Deonna is a beast.
So I'm gonna take a quick aside, because you know I'm not an athletic person, nor am I a wrestler. But I'm gonna tell you something. Knee pain is a special kind of pain.
Yes, it is.
It is a special kind of pain. I done had back pain, post-surgery C-section pain, bursitis in the shoulder pain, head pain, menstrual cramps, and knee pain is a special kind of pain because you need your knees to move. And the whole act of doing so when your knee does not want to cooperate is a special kind of pain.
Yes. She's got a litany of injuries. I've had a ankle sprain and bruise so bad the doctor said it would have been less painful and faster healing if I had broke it. I've hyperextended my knee twice. Same knee twice. Separated shoulder, possibly a cracked rib, you know, and a litany of other injuries. And when you get that knee, it affects everything. Like you separate your shoulder, you feel like you can go on. You hyperextend a knee, it's like I'm gonna lay here and let the coyotes just bite on me. It's different.
Knee pain and back pain. I'm just gonna lay here and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, I'm just It's just gonna gnaw
They
on
got
me.
the feast on me because I can't do nothing. I can't move.
Get up!
I can't run.
The zombies are coming. I can't go on.
I can't go on. Lordy Lord.
Oh yeah, Lordy
Lordy
Lord.
Lord.
Just over. So Melina worked with this knee pain, and it seems to re-aggravated it because it looked legit.
It did.
And
she tried to run and went down. That knee was like, no.
It's like somebody
you could see it.
Yeah, it's like somebody had a rope around her waist and yanked her to the mat. And when that happened, that's when the tears started.
The knee said no.
Melina,
I have felt that pain and heard my knee say the same thing.
Melina hit that mat, and the anger on her face, then the crying, that told me, I said nothing during the match. That told me at that moment, she knew she was 100% and could pull this match off. This match didn't end the way it was supposed to end. This match didn't go the way they probably planned it to go.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they was calling it in the ring. And when you're a wrestler and you're trained properly, it sucks. But when someone takes on an injury like that, you have to exploit it or it looks phony.
Yeah.
So Diona Purrazzo
did her job.
She did her job.
She did it well.
And man, she worked. She chop blocking, figure four,
with
spinning. Spinning toe hold. Actually, spinning toe fold as she took it down. She
half crab.
A few of those. Man, she worked it. She put on a Fujiwara armbar like amazing.
She was working both the arm and the leg.
These two women battled each other. Now there was a hiccup when Melina was going for a sunset flip off the second rope, the middle corner turnbuckle, and there was a slippage. Didn't get it, and Diona, a hardened professional, she immediately called the audible, like, "Oh crap, let me do this," and she went for the pin. Perfect, because any other time the crowd can do what? Laugh, chuckle. You fucked up.
Especially if they start working to try to set it up again.
Yes, and I said they don't need to try to set this up again. They need, or at least anytime soon, they need to work it a little bit. They didn't even go back to it.
Nope.
That was good. Melina has a move where she puts him in the corner, hops to the top, raises up, hang time, drops both knees on the abdomen. She didn't do that in this match. She got her up there, jumped up there, knees down like it's an actual fight.
Yep.
She wasted no time. Melina was, I just found myself cheering for her and scared for her.
Yeah.
I was both.
This was probably one of the best performances I've seen out of Melina.
This has to be the best performance.
Because it wasn't, we know Melina's got pageantry down. It was no pageantry. It was all business. She wrestled like she wanted that title.
Yes. Not showboating and taunting and flaunting. She wrestled like, I'm going to win this and I'm going to get it. And there's a chance that she was probably supposed to. We won't know. Nope. But when that leg got hurt, it had to take a different time. She couldn't stand on it. The referee was getting ready to call it. That might have been part of the match. Hell, her knee, this whole thing could have been a work. But this was done so well, you can't help but to buy into it. You can't help it. Even if wrestling is all fake, yeah. You can believe that and want that, and you're watching this and be like, oh no, that knee, I'm concerned. Melina, I'm going to say this straight up. If it's a work, thank you. If it's not, please get better.
Yep.
Seriously, if it's a work, thank you. Because to see a performance like that is rare. You're not going to get it in AEW.
No.
You're not going to get it in WWE.
No.
So, thank you. You know, hey, look, Diona has the title of Reina de Reina, but Melina is the Reina de Reina. There's a difference. You can have the belt, but you got to be it.
But Diona is a great performer. She's hard hitting. She looks great. She's a great heel, and she's a great performer. She wrestled her ass off, and it was toe-to-toe emotionality between the both of them the whole time.
It was amazing. And then the match is over. They only get the submission win. Okay. Purrazzo at the end, while Melena's slowly rolling off the apron, she does the back foot swipe like a dog. Like, yep, I'm done with you. You are nobody. And it actually pissed me off.
You have been owned.
I was like, you motherfucker.
She did her job well.
I couldn't have been in that crowd. I would have threw something at her. I would have been pissed. That got me. That pissed me off. So good job, Miss Purrazzo. I'm gonna say that. Good job. Cause I was like, you mother. Yeah, okay. I was pissed. She got me. She did her job well. So thank you, both women. You know, they'll never hear this, but man, thank you. This event so far is better than anything I've seen, honestly, out of any company so far.
Mm-hmm.
When you go one event from first to last match, we ain't done. We nearing the halfway point.
Yep.
This show so far has outperformed all the dude shows. Mickie James came out with an emotional statement. Like, you know, this is the new era. We are here. We have to show we can do this. We can go. We can hang. We can put on the show.
We can draw. Most importantly, and it's a shame that this is the most important. Most importantly, the women have to show they can draw money. They got a sold out crowd tonight. Not a couple hundred, you know, not some ones and twos and fews. They got a sold out crowd, and they're proving that they can draw, that people want to come out and see them actually wrestle, not take off their clothes and flop about like pigs in slop.
You know, they are doing the damn thing, and I'm happy. It is sold out. I am watching. There's people standing in the back. It's more than sold out. I guess it's when they would call this standing room only.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing left, and there's plenty of room around that. If they slid the gates in about a foot, they could get in an extra maybe 50 people or so.
They're trying to do some distancing.
Because if I was there, I'd be like, I wish they was right there. I would have snatched her ball. She pissed me off. I would have fucked up. I would have fucked up and gone to jail or prison. But she pissed me off. I'd have been like, why did I do that? That was stupid. So at that moment, she had me. You know, the champion, Deonna Purrazzo, she had me. All right. It's those that can't pull themselves out that should never go to a wrestling show.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got Mo, right? We got Mo, so let's go. Okay, so we get now to the NWA Empowerrr NWA World Women Tag Team Championship match. Red Velvet and Kylan King, representing Attitude Era Wrestling, versus the Hex, Allison Kay and Marty Bell. And I'm going to say this. Me and CJ we agree on this. Red Velvet and Kylan King performed marvelously.
Yeah, they worked very well together, and they performed better than I've never seen Kylan King, so I mean, but I'm guessing because of what happens to wrestlers when they go to AEW, she hasn't performed up to this caliber there yet. And Velvet, every time we see Velvet, she's damn near killing herself. But she did well in this match. She was polished. She was selling.
Here's the thing, she didn't sell her leg. I know it's been a few matches, but her leg should have still been tender. But the way this match started, I thought this was going to work up to be like a 4 or 5 star match. No, this was 3-star. A solid 3. It was a 3-star match. In other words, 3 stars mean as expected. It's all good. No problems. everyone goes home happy. Okay, so I primarily was cheering for Marty Bell.
Yeah.
You know, she wanted a title, a wrestling title. She didn't say NWA. She said a wrestling title in general to be recognized, you know, around the waist of someone from the Dominican Republic. And she said the NWA has had very bad relationships with the Dominican Republic. So, and Marty Bell was passionate when she was giving her short promos. Mm-hmm. She meant that. She meant it. So, the X makes their intro after Red Velvet and Kylan King. I'm gonna be honest with you, the match could have gone longer. It could have. But get in, get your shit, a little bit of it, and move on.
It didn't look like that. To me, it didn't like to get in and get your shit. It looked like there was a struggle. There were.
What I mean is, it wasn't a 15 or 25 or 30-minute long match.
No.
You know, it was less than 10. And that's what I mean. It's short. Woo. It's short for a tag match, especially a championship match. It was short. That's why I say get in, get your shit, and get out.
And Marty, this is probably one of the best I've seen her perform too. She did really well, and her and Allison Kay really worked well together. They worked better in this match than they did in the first one.
So, the sky's the limit. No, with these two, the sky's the beginning. And I enjoyed watching this match. Red Velvet, I enjoyed. And who come out in the beginning? Medusa. And it's been some years. No, she ain't gonna look the exact same, but I recognize that it was her. She's just not blonde anymore. You know, she's not blonde. She's older. So that's really all it is. But even to have aged, she looks beautiful. She looks really great. So that's the thing. In the match, it was hard hitting. Mm-hmm. You know,
they were laying them in,
cheating and all kinds of stuff. Red Velvet was all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Ran around and drilled Marty Bell off the apron
and doing. I mean, Red Velvet was working hard in the match, and she sold this time. She worked a little bit. She did all right. She did good. Red Velvet needs, and Red Velvet has been trained by some great people, but she don't act like it. It literally must be the promotion.
Mm-hmm. It's the booking.
So, at the end of this, the winners are the Hex. And it was right in the middle of the ring, clean as a whistle. And that's all good. The belts are pretty. They are a form of like aqua green mixed with turquoise, a light turquoise. Beautiful. I'm a sucker for all shades of blue, you know. And those belts were shiny. Mm-hmm. They will blind you if you reflect the sun off of them. They'll go through your eyelids. Them belts, they were shiny. Alundra Blaze, also Medusa, she presented the belts to him, and that was great. And then Red and Kylan get back in the ring,
raise their hands.
Yeah. The crowd, they were standing there for a while. Crowd started chanting, shake their hands, like don't fuck around. Mm-hmm. You could tell the crowd was like, don't fuck this up. Shake their hands. When the match was over, now granted, you got to all think about this. Pro wrestling, yes, is it a work? 99% of the time. You know who's going to win. You know who's going to lose. That's for the athletes involved. So the Hex knew they were going to win. All right. Red and Kylan knew they were going to lose. All right. But it's one thing to know you're going to win, and then once it's over, then it's like, oh crap. This happened. And it really starts to set in. And so you could seriously see that on Marty Bell's face. You can see it. She was just like, huh? So it's a thing. They got me in the feels. They got me all up in my feels, man. Love it. I love a happy, triumphant victory. I am happy that they won. It's been a long time. And I like that they threw it out there that the National Wrestling Alliance Women's Championship, well, the tag titles are the first women tag titles in wrestling history. So that's also a thing. I didn't know that until now.
Are there other women's tag titles?
WWE got them.
Oh, okay.
Mainly for women that aren't tag teams, though. And some other places got them for women that aren't. Here's the thing. NWA is the ones that can restore traditional tag teams. You know, those people that are working together constantly, those that might have singles matches to build up another tag match, those people that can work together. Basically, be the Dudley Boys. Be Bubba Ray and Devon. Because that is the standard bearer for being a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, perfection. I'm happy they won. I can't wait to see what NWA does with this. I really wish the NWA could get on an actual national scene. Instead of working these small venues, they can work. Because the small venues should be for house shows that's not recorded. People can test moves and things like that.
They're rebuilding. They got to get there. They don't have some, willy-nilly dumbass billionaire dropping money on their faces.
So it's going to take a little bit, but I hope they're building to that. I hope they don't sabotage themselves. Don't sabotage yourselves. Make sure you push forward and you can dominate the airwaves, because the thing is, people enjoy shit wrestling because now, after 15 to 25 years, they don't know any other wrestling. They don't know it. So that's all they know. That's all they grew up on. That's all they get to see. They don't know what real wrestling is. And the NWA can help mitigate that crap and turn it into something like it should have been. Because this is all traditional mixed with modern. That's what the NWA is. It's like how it should have evolved instead of going completely willy-nilly. So I am encouraging this. No, I don't like what they did to Jim Cornette. That was some bullshit. That was cowardly. But these people are working here, and they can make amends to me by doing the right thing at every single turn. That's how I see that. And this right now, I think we're roughly halfway through this show.
Yeah, a little more than that, yeah.
A little more than that. This is a great start. They're doing great. So there's more action. So, you got anything else to say, love?
Nope.
All right, so let's go. All right, so now it's time for the NWA Women's World Championship. And they also call it the World's Women's Championship. I didn't know which one, so I went with what was on the plating when they put the graphic up, which they had Women's World Championship. And it's legit Layla Hirsch versus Camille. And they opened up talking about the history of Mildred Burke and how she held it for, 32, 34 years or something, like that. Undefeated, and, and how nobody recognized her as a champion. Nobody recognized her. No promotion, but the NWA.
I wonder why.
Yeah, but the NWA did. They're the first. So, basically on record, they are the first to have a woman's world champion. Based on that. It's sad that it's like that. In this tournament, this title match, this event, this is trying to set right, because Mildred Burke was an attraction. That's what she was. And women became an attraction. Just like, the little people became an attraction. An LOL. And that's the problem. That's one reason why I hate Jim Cornette's view on women wrestling. Because they're seen as the attraction to him. They are wrestlers. They work. They train. They do all this. And all that they can be
is an attraction.
Yes.
All the back-breaking work they have to go through while on periods. You couldn't pay me enough money to get in the ring on my period and bounce off these ropes and do all that bullshit. You got to be out your fucking mind.
They fight
out your fucking mind.
They fight through this and more social, but people look at them as, oh, she's attractive. Oh, look at her body, yada yada. I do her. They got to overcome that. They got to overcome, well, you're doing the same moves that these 200+ pound men are doing. So what does it take for them to get beat then? Oh, that's where he's an ignoramus right there, because these are women doing these moves to each other, not a woman doing it to a dude, and not a dude doing it to a woman.
They're humans, so impact's gonna hurt
one way or the other. And pain is pain. I don't care if the woman was 4'11" and 90 pounds. If she knuckle up and bust you in your damn face, what you gonna say? Ha ha.
Pain don't hurt worse because you're a dude. Excuse me, less because you're a dude. And if you go by Cornette's logic, that's kind of what he's saying.
Because he's a dinosaur when it comes to this. I'm not saying women need to be wrestling dudes and for titles and winning titles from dudes. No. But they should have their own. He even upset that WWE gave women titles to have, singles and tag team. So women should not have a title. They're just an attraction. They show up, they wrestle, they go home. No prestige, no nothing.
Nope. Get paid a little $10, $20 and go on about their way to the kitchen or to somebody's arm or somebody's mattress. Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yep. Brian Last sees it different, and I'm glad he does. But he's never going to change Cornette, because Cornette, when it comes to this, he's a piece of shit. When it comes to women's wrestling, he's a piece of shit. And then here's the problem. He'll say shit, and then you watch AEW and some other indie shows and shit, and then they prove him right. Mm-hmm. That they should only be a fucking attraction because they don't do shit right. You don't sit here and spend time away from your family, getting little pay and whatnot, and go out there and perform like a little piece of shit. Fuck you. Every single woman out there that want to go half-assed and now they ain't got no goddamn training. You get trained by greats and then you go in there and act like you got trained by a wet mop. That's some stupid shit. So, yeah, it angers me. And so you get this match and Jim Cornette down this match. Layla Hirsch versus Camille, that's just going to be dumb and silly. And I'm like, going on the height difference, I want to see how this turns. I was interested to see how it turned out. But Cornette is such a little pussy when it comes to this. He'll watch AEW, he'll watch WWE, and he'll talk all this women shit. But will he talk about the NWA Empowerrr? Will he talk about that? I doubt it. Will he watch it? I doubt it. He's too scared to watch it and say, oh crap, these women did good. And if he does do it, I'd be surprised and I'd be happy and I'd be thankful. But he ain't gonna do it because he's a little coward when it comes to this. That's just the balls truth of it. Shit. You got me riled up. So look, Layla Hirsch, she does a great job in this.
She's scrappy.
She is scrappy. She is quick. She did a little high spot I wasn't too happy with. Top rope cartwheel into the German suplex, from the top rope. Yawning, guys. Sorry about that. I think the lack of sleep is catching up. I can't get all my sleep. I just can't. Just wake up. It's like, how long sleep? 4 hours. Good enough for me. No, it's not. Well, you're gonna be awake. What you gonna do? Later with your eyes open, saying you're resting. So I got to get up and do something. So check this out. Camille, she did good. She threw her around like she was nothing. She treated her like she was nothing. Mm-hmm. She showed the arrogance, the hubris of height makes might, makes right. She showed that. And Layla Hirsch took advantage of that and whooped her ass up.
Yep.
They got into a good scrapping, one back and forth, ones and twos on the mat. The crowd was into it, and it won't fake. The crowd won't be like AEW crowds. They won't fake. They was cheering it on. When shit went stupid or whatnot, at any juncture up to this point of the event, they just got quiet.
Yep.
And that only happened once.
And they didn't start the "you fucked up" chant either.
You know, because they have respect. And they would chant, "This is awesome." And then they chant certain names, you know. And a lot of people was forcing the crowd to kill the indie shit of the back and forth chants. They kill that noise. You can hear the crowd controlling the crowd. I like that. And in this match, the fans, it couldn't really boo or cheer Camille or Hirsch because it's just they're athletes. This is for women. This is for recognition, legitimate recognition on the stage of professional wrestling. To say we should be respected and revered just as much as the men. That's what these women are saying. This is what this event is for. And that's why I really want to see this event. And I'm glad I'm watching it because these two showed up. Camille had to not only give herself the disadvantage of the arrogance, but then fight back because Hirsch laid it in on her with knee strikes, flying knee strikes, basement or patella drop kicks, cross arm breakers, cross arm bars, vertical cross arm breaker, vertical triangle chokes, German suplexes, side salto suplexes, Unardi backdrops. She worked Camille's body from pillar to post, from head to toe, from stem to stern. She worked Camille like a professional wrestler would when they're trying to win a title.
Yep.
Camille was on defense because her arrogance placed her there. It told the story. It showed their personality. It showed their skill. Did they put any and every iota of what they could possibly do in the ring in this match? No, because they should not have to. They are not trying to be what these big time New Japan matches are. 25 and 45 minutes doing every single move that one can possibly do, which AEW keeps trying to copy, but in an Attitude Era way. No, these two wrestled, and it was amazing. It was beautiful. It was warranted. It was wanted. It was needed. And the fans got what they paid for and more. And when it was said and done, and the low angle desperation spear got the pin, Camille stood as champion. And that shit is awesome. And I agree with it. And she's from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm going to go on the limb. She hails from the county I was born in. And I love that. I love that she was born where I'm from. So cool. You know? Cool with that. Layla can go back to AEW and be like, "Hey y'all, I'm awesome." She can go back to Impact Wrestling and she goes back, "I'm awesome." Because if you ever see, here's what people don't get. Here's what they don't understand. This is what the marks don't understand. This is what the modern era fans don't get. You can wrestle for the WWE. You can wrestle for Attitude Era Wrestling. You can wrestle for Impact Wrestling. You can wrestle for SWE. You can do that. But you only in the National Wrestling Alliance can you be legitimately recognized as a champion. Legitimately recognized. It's not phony. It's not fake. It's not pageantry bullshit. It is you came here. You worked, bled, sweat, cried. You tried and tribulated and got the goddamn belt. Or you had an amazing grueling match. You are recognized for your effort. It's not who's got the biggest tits, who has the biggest ass, who has the better promo, who does the funniest skit, who can fly in the somewhat more recognized name and have a match and hope that they can put themselves on the map. No, because the National Wrestling Alliance is the goddamn map. And if you want to be on that map and you want to have some roads paved, you go there, and that's where your name is made. Other companies can't do that. The NWA has that. Popularization is not innovation. And that's all that the others can do. Nobody's going to remember a goddamn main event match from any of the other places.
Nope.
They're not going to give a shit about that. All they give a shit about is who did the best promo. Who had the funniest segment. That's it.
AEW
and then they don't remember that. What, love?
AEW can't even get through one promo. Nobody can get through a promo.
In AEW, no. They can't. NWA, National Wrestling Alliance. That is legitimate. That is where it all needs to be. And they don't have that billions of dollars. They don't have daddy's money. They don't have money from all that other crap built up by other people's wealth. They got to build it from the ground up. Grassroots. First Women's Championship. First Women's Tag Team Championship. First Women's Tournaments. They did all this first. And everyone else wants to lay claim. They didn't put in the hard work. They just bought talent and said, don't you like me now? We have the guy or girl that you like. NWA, they build them. Just like any statue. You take it and you chisel it away until you got yourself the sculpt that you want. And then you put it on display for everyone to marvel at. And you get recognized because it's worth it. That's the NWA. And that's also a fucking promo. Want to go on to the next thing?
Yep.
All right. Now it's time for the main event. And, I'm going to be honest with y'all. One, I had to calm down from the ending of the show. I'm 80% calmed down. That got me in the fields. That was epic. It's kind of a Pyrrhic victory for me, but it's still a massive victory for everyone.
Why is it Pyrrhic?
I think the wrong person won.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they should let the hometown girl win.
That's how you get a face over. They go for a familiar, not freelancer.
But if the hometown girl had won, that means that the hometown girl was going to go and get squashed by Camille the next day.
Exactly. So, before we reverse spoil things, all right, we'll go with the entrance of this. You can see it on screen. You can see it. I got it numbered. But first is Chelsea Green, then Kiera Hogan, Bianca Carelli, Thunder Kitty, Genocide, Lady Frost, Debbie Malenko, Jamie Senegal, Masha Slabovic, Tootie Lynn. Those are your 10 contestants in order, and it was a thing. First one, and there is no, it's a random elimination, it seems. I just now trying to look to see if there's an order to things, and there might be, I don't know, I can't see it, but the order of elimination and by who. Bianca Carelli was eliminated by Genocide. Thunder Kitty was eliminated by Genocide. Lady Frost was eliminated by Debbie Malenko. And then Debbie Malenko was eliminated by Kiera Hogan. Genocide was eliminated by Masha Slamovic, Jamie Senegal, and Chelsea Green. Jamie Senegal was eliminated by Masha Slamovic. Kiara Hogan was eliminated by Masha Slamovic. And then Masha Slamovic was eliminated by Tootie Lynn. And then Tootie Lynn was eliminated by Chelsea Green, who goes on to win the entire elimination. And you can only win by pinfall or submission. Countouts won't, and all that.
No over the top rope shit.
Yep.
And she got a real nice cup too.
It was huge. Everybody came out, and poor thing, Melina. Yeah, she's injured. It's legit. Mm-hmm. She's injured. Yeah, she probably retore or highly aggravated that ACL. So, oh man, I really hope that she can make a speedy recovery. And these companies, all of them, they're charged with the same criminal act of bringing them back as soon as they're able to walk steady, instead of what I do for CR Fire Pro, even though it's digital. Still, they get hurt. Let's say they got to be out 8 months. I give them 9, maybe 10. I give them that time to heal, that time to rehabilitate, that time to make sure that they can handle everything they can handle, and then come back. And pay them while they're out, because they would get paid if they were here. And how else they're going to take care of themselves? They're contracted to me. I got to take care of my talent.
Yep.
It's being responsible. Like you adopt a kid and then never listen to him and tell him that you don't give a damn and that you don't need him, and then push him away. And then say, hey, you're doing good out there. Come on back. That's just barbarous. So here's the thing. Initially, I was upset because I thought this should have gone on before the title matches, and Cedra said it should have been the opening of the show.
But
when you see the ending,
you understand, it makes sense.
Yes. Because in my mind, when you put on a battle royal of any magnitude or caliber or style, after your title matches, matter of fact, you put anything after your title matches, it cheapens your titles.
But this event was special.
This was a beautiful, well laid out event. When I look back on it, everything was downright to the point. Mm-hmm. Everything was golden. So kudos. National Wrestling Alliance, Empowerrr. Make this a annual or make it bi-seasonal event. Not BY seasonal.
No. Seasonal.
We need this. This could literally be your winter summer series. Have it I would say January, which is the middle of winter, and then have it again like in the middle of summer. And there you go. That's when you have it. Or have it annually around this time of year where it's cooling off ish somewhat, That'd be great.
We got a month before it cools off.
I know. And then again, it just might not. I remember that year where it didn't cool off. In December, it was
70.
Yeah. And it shouldn't have been. And in February, it got to a bone-chilling 56. February, y'all. Ain't no such thing as global warming. Ain't no climate change. Ain't no pandemic. It's all fake because, we don't have any evidence of all the people dying and the hot temperatures and the ice caps melting. We don't have none of that. So in any case, I'm going to tell you, I'm impressed. Okay, first of all, Chelsea Green, know her, like her. Kiera Hogan, don't know her too well, but I liked what I saw of her. Bianca Carelli, my first time seeing her. Daughter of the asshole, but let's not let his misdeeds be on to her. She is innocent to that. Unless she supports that. That's, oh, my dad did well. Okay, then, fuck you. But that's not her so far that I know. Don't even care right now. But I like what I saw. Thunder Kitty. Like her gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
I love her gimmick. And she could wrestle.
Yeah.
Genocide.
Of course.
I love her look. She got a great body.
I love her face paint.
Her face paint is that's just, it's right between intimidating, fun, and scary. Lady Frost. I like her, but they're not using her well. All right, I want to keep that straight up. Okay, Debbie Malenko is somebody that I had never seen before.
Mm-mm.
I knew about her in terms that she exists and that she's a wrestler, but I love how she worked.
Oh yeah, she was good.
Then comes Jamie Senegal, a suplexer. She was throwing people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm in love. Masha Slamovic. She's good.
Yeah.
NWA scouted.
They did.
They didn't just accept any old body like anyone else would. You know. They did what I do for CR Fire Pro.
Mickie James was being very specific about who she chose.
Mm-hmm. Tootie Lynn. She came in and the fans, I said, she got shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And then, they must have been, made in order before the event and all that. Because nobody else had a shirt.
Yeah, those were her family members.
Uh-huh. She took her a while to get out of her outfit. But when she got out of that outfit, she exploded onto the scene with some hellacious kicks.
Mm-hmm.
She was fast. Her accuracy is amazing.
Yes.
To be able to throw the way she do and land without injuring. Stiff, yeah, but not injuring.
There's a difference.
Melena was doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tootie Lynn was, so I was like, yeah, kind of like, that's a gimmick name. That's one of them names that, you see on a weird, just oddly placed style E-Fed promotion. That'd be the kind of name.
Tootie is her nickname.
And Tootsie is my uncle.
That's what it is. She was probably getting called Tootie all her life, but that was not her birth name. I bet you anything.
You think she was on the Facts of Life?
No.
That she wasn't on the Facts of Life?
No.
Tootie.
Would you stop it?
What? That joke is wasted on probably anyone that will ever hear this, except maybe you. I thought this match it was a perfect pace. It was not always, let's just get two in the ring the whole time. No. It was get it in, get it done, mix it up, scramble it up, get them out. Everyone did what they had to do without showing off all that they could do. I appreciate that. I love that. This NWA says this is how you make things competitive, and they did it well. I am happy. Thank you, NWA.
Here's something else too. If you look, at the end, everybody who was participating on the show comes out, and you can see a variety of different types of women, shapes, sizes, and colors. It wasn't a bunch of white women.
A variety of damage.
And because when you watch WWE The Divas, it's like they got them a mold and they pour some flesh colored wax or something.
Susie, same face.
They press it out
and
give it some different color hair, and then send it out to be a diva.
They're anime girls.
They just manufacturing them back there.
They're anime girls.
But women aren't manufactured, and we all look different from each other.
And in the NWA, it's apparent. Yay! Oh, and something else. They wrestle differently.
Mm-hmm.
There you could see a variation of styles
between the females.
This has been better than the male counterpart.
And they sounded like women.
Yes.
You hear me? I'm a woman and I sound like one. I don't sound like a female who just escaped from molestation 10 years ago.
Yeah, because this isn't wrestling. When you think you're so tough.
And we're all going to be fairy princesses? With high-pitched voices and tutus? Fuck that shit.
Make me wonder what really happened to him. It's probably still happening to him. Don't worry about the molestation charges. I can take over from here.
Oh shit! Now Vince is gonna be your daddy.
Where have you been all this time? Bend you over and do you right. Don't worry, I got money. I can't wait to. You couldn't hold that in. I was like, she is over there rolling. Okay. So I would like to see this more often. Not all the time. You got to make it special. You know, twice a year or once a year, so long as it happens at some point during each year. Hell, if you want to do it seasonally, go on ahead. You know, wouldn't say it needs to be so extravagant. You know, streamline it a little more and make sure that, you know, the titles are defended on the show. But this is good. This is good, and I am happy that I watched it. And if you've seen it, I hope that you enjoyed it. I know that if you were to comment on this, it would be a lot. You know, so if someone wants to write a biography or whatnot and respond to everything that we've talked about and more, go right ahead. But let me add this. If you're going to do that, I suggest, you don't have to, I suggest you open a Medium account and post it on Medium and monetize it easily, you know, and get paid for what you wrote.
That makes some change.
Hell yeah. That's what you need to do. So, I and Cedra, we're getting ready to watch the next pay-per-view because it happened the next day, and we're going to watch this today. We got the energy, we got the attention, and we're going to get it done. Zemo times 2. We hear you. We're going to watch this, not just for us, but for you, my friend. And Alzanter, Alnetzanter, your pick for CR Fire Pro, Moonlight. Cedra, do you think you could do a promo with that? With Moonlight?
Yeah.
Because that would be nice. I don't know if you'll see it, but it'll be done because we love you, man. And with that said, congratulations to the Hex. Congratulations to Camille. Congratulations to every single female that was involved in NWA Empowerrr. Thank you for running it, hosting it, producing it, just everything. This was amazing. It's been a long time since I've been 100% satisfied with a pay-per-view. And I mean years. Years. TNA was the last ones to do it before they went shitty.
Yeah, poor TNA. They used to be beautiful.
What happened to you? Yeah, look, what happened to you, man? Your ass used to be beautiful. So, thank you. We're going to get started on the next one. And with that said, good night, everybody.